What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Ling, Infestor, True Good Master. The last episode was a crazy episode with only ZVZs, and we actually won them all, which was very surprising. Our MMR is now at an all-time high of 4667, which means we are only 100 MMR away from Grandmaster. Now, before I get started, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and make sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos. Let's begin. The first game of the day is against a Protoss player. All right, about the same MMR. Now, the last episode, like I mentioned in the intro, it was a very crazy one because we don't typically get a lot of ZVZs. And if we do, it's a very freaking scary matchup. And in the last episode, we got 3 and we won them all. Which kind of made me think that maybe we've reached a new level of this stuff, which would be very, very cool. Now, what am I going to do against this Protoss? I have to imagine whenever I get an episode like that where it's just like a little different, sometimes I kind of forget how to play the other matchups again, so I kind of have to get back into it. Now, I feel like in ZVP, Infestors are definitely going to matter a lot more than in ZVZ. In ZVZ, I think you mostly have to do a really good opener. You have to know when you make spine crawlers, because you can't really defend everything with Zerglings. Like, I mean, quite literally you can't, right? Well, Queens are actually pretty good. So maybe Queens and Zerglings, you can kind of try to defend everything. But if there's too many roaches, that's obviously not going to work anymore. But in ZVP, I think you, or at least for me, I need to embrace a little more greed. I feel like typically I am not greedy enough. Oh, I do need to make an Overlord. Actually forgot about that for a second. I'm typically not greedy enough, which does tend to get me into problems a little bit in the macro games. I think most of the games I struggled against Protoss was me being scared of some kind of an attack. And then, wait, I'm actually going to try and attack this because why the hell not? There you go. Some kind of attack, and I don't make enough drones early on. And then later on when there's a big army, I just don't have enough stuff. Now, I do remember that we were getting really into playing Overlord speed, which in theory is not always the best builder. I actually never see it against Protoss anymore, because 100 in that research typically means that you're just not going to have enough for the defense. But if you're not, and I would actually recommend playing this for War Zergs as well. I would consider myself a War Zerg, at least theoretically, right? My mechanics are good, but my Zerginess, my knowledge with Zerg is not going to be quite as good. And Overlord speed just makes the entire game a little bit easier because I know exactly what I'm going up against. And, you know, quite literally exactly with Overlord speed, you should scout everything. I guess maybe not if we're going to go up against a Void Ray. If we play against a Void Ray, that would probably literally be the worst case scenario for us. So our opponent is going to go for the Cybercore already. I'm going to do my usual thing and run these Lings around. Let's see. Chrono boost on the gateway, as is to be expected. I think Adepts do take a decent amount of time to build, so I can probably just go straight to the middle here. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now, I feel like for a long time, I was actually going Overlord speed before Ling speed. I don't think I want to do that against freaking Protoss, though. I do have to say, I have an insane amount of ping. What is... Oh, it's Singapore again. 282 ping for this. Okay, well... At least playing Zerg is easy, right, guys? I mean, I hope it is, because otherwise that's going to be a little scary. So I'm just going to be running into the base here, see if I can annoy him a lot. This is 2 Zerglings again. There's a limited amount of probes, so this could actually do a decent amount of damage over here. Now I'm going to start running around again. He has 1 Adept in front of my main base, but I already have 4 more Links building. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Maybe I can actually get a little bit of a surround there. That's already going to give me some extra damage. And we have found a Twilight. Okay, so I think in this case, I might not even need to make the Overlord speed. I feel like if I make Overlord speed now, I'm going to struggle more defending against that stuff. So instead what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to pull out of gas for now. I'm going to drone up to... I want to say like 35. I feel like 35 should be pretty good. I don't think he's going to be making any Stalkers. Let's see. I make 2 more drones plus the hatchery. Then I'll have 35 drones. Actually, I'll make an extra drone so I can make an evolution chamber as well. That could be nice if the game goes on for longer. Oh, it's a dark... Oh, it's a DT drop. Okay, well, that's actually really good that I saw that with this Overlord. I was going to send this one into. Against DT drop, I'm actually not super familiar what I should be doing. Let's see. It's going to finish pretty soon, so I guess I do have to make Spore Crawlers, unfortunately. The third base is not going to be able to be saved. Oh, that sucks. I was actually really sure... Oh, actually, the robo is very late. He's not even going to be able to warp in DTs right away. Or his DT shrine is too fast. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter, right? But something went wrong there in his build, I think. I think the DT Shrine is definitely too fast. But I was so sure that it was going to be glaives that I didn't really think about starting a lair, even though I had the gas for it. So the Overseer is potentially going to be slightly late. I see a DT walking across the map there already. I think I can actually burrow this Spore over here. That's probably not the craziest idea ever. And I'm just going to start making a lot of Zerglings. Sadly, Zerglings are not exactly the unit you want here. Wait, if I'm lucky, I can... Okay, I'm at least going to be able to kill these 2 Adepts instantly. At least I should be able to. That was going to be nice. There we go. Now that is finished and I can make an Overseer. Actually, that is still kind of in time, I have to say. Surprisingly, that it is still kind of in time. So I'm going to... Oh, wait. How far does that Spore see exactly? What the heck? You guys saw that? How did that Spore see that all the way from downtown? That is insanity. That is actual insanity. Now, this DT is also going to die. Man, this has been a very comfortable hold for us so far. Let me put this one back here. I do need to get probably... I think all the queens in the main, I think, makes the most sense. Like, the thing is, I need to get roach speed, because if I don't get roach speed, I cannot really deal with, like, Archons and stuff, which would be very painful. He doesn't actually have anything for... Oh, wait, why am I making roaches? Or why did I make a roach farm? I'm not even allowed to make those things. You see, I do really need to get back into this because I completely forgot about that. Now, I didn't start any roaches yet, so I guess for now that is just going to be a nice mind game. Yeah, so there's an Archon over here. Wait, I thought that was a Zealot for some reason. That Archon is doing a significant amount of damage. I guess it is a pretty good mind game that I have the roach ward, but I'm not quite sure if it's actually going to do anything. If he's not going to pay attention, I might be able to get the prison, by the way, which would be really nice. Let's see. He's not microing it so far. No, he is going to micro it just in time, unfortunately, for us. So what do we do now? Yeah, that's actually a good question because, dude, for some reason, I don't know why I was so convinced. Do I think I'm practicing Zerg or something? I was so convinced that I could just build roaches. Or maybe because I didn't really feel like Infestors were like a good option here. But I don't know what else I can build. I think I need to get Neural because otherwise the Archons are just going to overwhelm me at some point, I think. I'll get an Infestation Pit now, and then I'll go up to like 50 drones. That seems like a decent option. I'm just going to make sure to inject a lot in advance. I do have 8 queens, which is really pretty good. He's going to try to take another base. I probably am going to be able to cancel this again. He only has 1 Archon. Like, what I think he's going to do is... Oh my god, he almost lost that. I was so low HP. What I think he's going to do is I think he's going to attack with a bunch of Archons and probably the Immortals as well. I could still go for the Overlord speed and try to go for some drops. That is also not the craziest idea. I think a bunch of Spines would be super, super nice here. I think I am going to start Overlord speed and I'll get Neural as well. Neural is the best upgrade I can get here. I'm going to cancel this again. What is that? The 3rd or 4th time I've actually canceled that, which is crazy. Apparently, I had something in his main base that I wasn't even aware of, so I guess that's pretty nice distraction in the end. I guess we'll take it. Guess I'll get a couple of these. Oh, I don't want to fight against 2 Archons. That's going to be a little bit too painful. I was wondering where my drones were, and I have located them. They were all in that freaking main base. Now, I guess I'm just going to start making some Infestors, because otherwise I'm not going to have any of the Neurals available. I'm making a lot of Spine Crawlers, because I'm not quite sure what else I'm going to build. I'm going to make a couple here as well. Is he going to let me cancel this again? No, he's not going to let me cancel it one more time, unfortunately. I think I'm going to scout the rest of the map for hidden bases, because this 3rd base is really extremely late. This is 8 minutes. Azure could be maxed at 8 minutes. Now, definitely not playing Ling Infestor, but Azure player could be maxed at this time, so... Yeah, that's not a lot of economy for him, that is for sure. I have enough Overlords for this. I thought I made some Evos at some point, but I guess I didn't. I'm gonna put them here so I can wall the back part of this base off, and then I'll just do like a big Ling drop into his natural. Ideally, as he's moving out as well. So here we go. I don't have Burrow for this yet. Burrow would be nice. I'm gonna start making a couple more drones. I know that might sound crazy, but more economy is more Spines, and Spines are gonna be better than freaking Zerglings against a mass Archon arm. Okay. I'm not even going to question it anymore. I know myself at this point. I know that my queens are going to end up in downtown. Why the hell are they there, guys? How do my queens always end up there? They're always just in the middle of freak. It's also not even like it's... I tried to attack a drop that was there or something. They just always end up in downtown. I really don't know why. It happens every single time. I should really go back in the VOD and actually freaking check how they get there. I am going to get Burrow. So I can burrow these Infestors and maybe get some sneak Neurals. That sounds like a good idea. If he's... Okay, so he's gonna... Well, I'm not even sure if he... Oh, no! Why? Oh, my goodness. I suck at this game. That's really the only thing I could say. He has cannons and batteries? Why? What the hell is he afraid of? Ling drops? Let's see, I guess you can patrol over here a little bit. He has a lot of gateways, now we know that. I'm just gonna drop a couple. I don't think he has blink. I could be wrong, but I really don't think he has blink. He's playing this extremely scared, by the way. Okay, so I got a couple more queens here. I guess I'll just inject that hatchery a million times. Okay, so his army is over here on this side. That is, I guess, to be expected. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and neural these Archons, because those are gonna be quite nice for me. Let's see, I'm going to take all of them over, as many as I can. I'm going to get pretty much this entire... I'm actually going to target the Prism. Look at this, I'm targeting the Prism, guys. That is a huge kill. My Archons are still popping up for me. I'm going to take them one more time, as many as I have. I don't have another Neural available, sadly, so it's just this one Archon that is going to do the trick for me. But still, it was a pretty good initial fight, of course. Now, did I lose all my queens already? Where the hell did my queens go? I thought I had some more queens than this. I mean, there's still a lot of spines back here. I can even try to rearrange these a little bit. I'm going to have one Neural. I guess I'll use it on that one. Let me make sure to actually kill this one Archon. Dude, this Archon is doing so much work for me. And this Archon is also going to be super good against my Zerglings. So I'm just going to put it here, kill it with the Spine Crawlers. My Zerglings are going to be able to surround the Immortals. And we are going to win this fight. Now, I really don't know where the hell... Did I send my queens to downtown again? Or where the hell did my queens go? I'm actually not quite sure. It looks like we are still going to lose, though. And honestly, I feel like I was right about this being an incredibly hard build, because, like, I know the micro wasn't the best. I lost 1 or 2 Infestors for free. I really don't think I could have done this much better, though. Like, I got all of the Archons. I targeted the Prism right away. But I feel like this might just be one of the builds that I can't actually defend very well. I do have to say, he did play an extremely good counter against us, not just by... Yeah, okay, that's 4 Archons. We're not going to win that. Not just by doing this kind of attack, but also like 1 cannon with a battery in each mineral line. That is really not what you would usually play. So that is extremely unusual, but it worked out. And I guess there are a couple things that I can think of that could make this better for me. But in particular... I think maybe I just don't get as many gases and focus a bit more on the counter attack. Because realistically... If we think about it from, you know, let's say both of us play on a similar level, Zealot Archon will always beat Ling Infestor, even with spines 10 times out of 10, 100 out of 100. So I need to make a little bit more chaos. Like maybe I needed like even a 4 Ling drop here and a 4 Ling drop here instead of getting those extra Infestors. Because Neurals... I mean, you do still need the units to actually kill each other. Immortals kill Immortals pretty fast, but Archons aren't going to kill the other Archons and stuff very fast at all. It's mostly I neural them so my Zerglings do the trick, but then the Zerglings also get obliterated by the Zealots. He did have +2 attack as well. So this is definitely a very, very tough strategy to play against. Hopefully we don't face it much more, but if we do, I'm going to try. Let's go for game number 2. Game number 2 is going to be against another Protoss. Now, I did something very important here, guys. I changed my portrait to one of Cyril's BlizzCon win portraits, because I think I need a little bit more late game power. Now, it's a crazy, interesting dance. The Ling Infestor ratio, and when you tech to each thing. I feel like I've changed it like 100 times throughout this challenge against both Terran and Zerg, and maybe even, or both Terran and Protoss, and maybe even against Zerg. But, I mean, after the last game, I kind of think that maybe we should forgo Infestor tech for a little bit. So, if I think about that fight one more time, right? Like, we lost against Zealot Immortal Archon. I think we theoretically can beat that if we have a lot of links and there are no Archons. So maybe the play is to make just enough Infestors with Neural to neural the Archons and then make sure we have a lot of upgraded links besides that. I think that might actually be the right way to go. Because, like, Infestor Neural, as you can tell there, at some point, my Infestors were pretty healthy on energy, but they still didn't have energy for Neural because it's just a very expensive, energy-expensive spell, right? So, realistically, you can only get 1 Neural per Infestor throughout a fight. I think we might have to aim to just get 1 set of Neurals off. Like, I don't think you can really play expecting to neural your enemy. I mean, we had some crazy games where I have like 40 Infestors and stuff. Then maybe you can expect to neural your opponent's army the entire fight long. But realistically, I should just be going for like 1 big attack. Means that maybe I should limit myself at 4 gases or so, make another macro hatch. I actually really like this idea. This sounds pretty good to me. We are being cheesed. Oh, this is, what the hell is this going to be? Just a 4-gate? A 3-gate? No, it is a 4-gate. Okay, well, that is a very interesting location to build that, I have to say. Now, we are going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I'm actually going to cancel this, frickin'. We are going to be in a little bit of trouble here because you defend this with roaches normally, and that's a unit that I'm not allowed to build, as we learned in the last game. So, yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one, indeed. I'm going to have to use my drones for a little bit, so he can't kill the spines. Let's see. I'm going to get a surround on the first zealot immediately, which is really nice. First 2 zealots, actually. One of these zealots is still attacking the spine crawler, which is quite nice for me. So those 2 zealots are actually going to die very fast. I'm not even sure if I've lost a lot of drones yet at all. But how am I going to defend this? I'm actually still not 100% sure. He's going to try to kill the spine one more time, I suppose. I'm going to get Ling speed up now, and now we got the queen as well, which is going to be quite nice. Going to go for an inject over here. I'll make one more drone to get proper saturation. This kind of build is typically 100% all-in, so I think I might even have to make another spine crawler. I could also make an Evo, by the way. An Evo is really not the craziest thing to build here. Let me just make sure that I fight in range of the spine crawlers. I'm going to make another spine over here. At some point, I'm going to get a lot of links out, and maybe I can run those by to try and get his pylon. Actually, it's multiple pylons. Could be a little tricky in the end. I guess we'll see how it's going to go. I'm going to move this one a little back, and I'm going to make an evolution chamber over here. I think this is a pretty nice idea. I'm going to spread a little bit of creep too. Put the queens in useful positions, ideally in front of the spine crawlers. I might actually have to make even more freaking spines as well. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go for the queens now. I think I might... Actually, I do like the idea of catching these. These queens are fighting. I don't want to lose the queens if I don't have to. Wait, why don't they fit? Okay. That was a little scary there. So I killed a zealot in the reinforcement. Now I'm going to fight these. We're fighting under the spines, which is super nice. The queens are still alive as well. And I do have another spine building. He's going to try to go to this side. Obviously, these queens can just kite forever. I can try to get a nice surround on this. And we're going to surround that one as well. Spread a little bit of creep. And now it is time to go for a bit of a run by. Actually, I can use this drone to block a potential wall there. That is a very nice idea, I have to say. You could block this with 3 pylons, but this way he's not going to be able to do it. I actually don't think we faced this cheese a single time throughout this challenge yet. I'm going to run by with these as well. And now let's see what kind of defense he's going to have over here. It doesn't look like he has anything. He doesn't even have a gas yet. I'm actually going to make another Evo because he is so freaking blocked. Let's see, put 1 queen over here. And that should be really nice. Oh, he did recall a bunch. That's actually kind of surprising. I thought, like, since he doesn't have gas, this is really 100% on all-in. So I'm kind of surprised that he's... Okay, I'm going to do something a little risky here. I'm going to move these forward because he recalled a bunch of the zealots. I could see... Oh, I need to be very careful here. Wait, he's actually moving forward again. Okay, I need to make sure that I buy some time with these. Let's see. Okay, so the spines are going to burrow. I noticed that he was moving his zealots out of the way already. And let me move. I have another spine, right? Yeah, it's building right now. So I can just run into his base again. He now sees that my spines are all the way up here. These zealots are obviously way too slow to catch these zerglings. I can even make a hatchery in his base as well. Let's see. He's going to try to go for the run-by. He's not going to try to go for a run-by. He's just going to try to defend at home, which is very brave. He's going to lose all the zealots in the meantime. I'm going to spread some more creep so I can get my zerglings or my spines closer to his base, rather. Now, I do think I could maybe get... wait. He's not building anything, right? Has he not made any units for... I think he hasn't made units for a while. I think all of these gateways are going to be depowered right now, guys. Let's see. Yeah, there's only 1 zealot over here. I don't even need the spines anymore. I'm just going to be able to kill all of these pylons. The pylons are going to fall, and that is his entire production. I kill another zealot for free over there, and we have defended the all-in. There we go. All right, this all-in... I've played against it a couple times before with Zerg, and I've seen it in tournaments. It's actually surprisingly scary, but he let us scout it way too fast. Like, if this was here, maybe I don't scout it at all, and then I probably just die. I'm not an expert on defending it, but I'm pretty sure you usually just make roaches instantly, and when you get the roaches out, you've won. But this actually still worked out pretty well for me. If I can give one tip that's actually very cool if you want to try this cheese, you can wall off the Zerg base with these gateways, so you can rally all the zealots in, but Zerglings can't get out. Because here, if I never got into his main base, he can keep making zealots. At some point, he is like freaking 20 zealots. That is actually very scary with Zerglings, right? But anyway, that was a really funny game number 2. Let's go to the final game. The final game is against another Protoss. Now, it feels like these episodes, they're a little strange. It seems like we only get the same matchup 3 times in a row, but... Honestly, I do kind of dig it because, as you guys could tell by the first game and by the past episodes of this challenge in particular, We do really need a lot of practice. Like, we're still not there yet. I feel like it's taken us quite a while to get up to Grandmaster MMR, and we are obviously still not there. So I guess it is better that we're going to get practice in the matchups that are actually a little difficult. And I guess that is honestly the way I like to practice the most in general. Like, if you want to get better, it is easier to play the thing that you suck at multiple times in a row. Now, I don't think I necessarily suck against Protoss, but it's obviously a difficult matchup for us, right? So I think it's quite nice that we can play it 3 times in a row, because then we can make improvements from game to game to game. Like, for example, the thing I mentioned in the last game about only making enough Infestors to kind of take the Archons out of the fight in that case, or maybe even for Colossus, whatever, just the important units. And then making sure I have like a macro, I was going to say proxy hatch, but just habits, you know. Macro hatch, making a lot of extra Zerglings with double upgrades, that is probably the play. But if I don't play ZVP long enough, then I'll probably forget about that, and I'll have to make the discovery again later. Whereas if we just did that right away, like hopefully in this game, or maybe even in last game would have been nice, then all of a sudden we are going to practice it a little more efficiently, and maybe we'll remember it right away. So that is why getting the same matchup a couple times is quite nice. Really helps you with the improvement instantly. It's also what's nice about playing custom games, right? Like, if you're trying to practice and you have a good practice party, you can play like 10 games in a row against. I think you're way more likely to get better at that specific thing than losing to it on the ladder and thinking about what to do, but then not being able to execute it because you don't get, you know, any of the same matchup in the next couple games. And maybe you don't get to play for a day because of work or whatever, and then you've forgotten about it already. So now let's see. I guess in the last 2 games, we kind of feel strange because I really felt like we were going to make some Overlord speed, but in the last 2 games, we didn't really get to do it. The first guy we actually saw without making Overlord speed exactly what he was doing. Didn't help us, unfortunately. And the last game, I guess the same. I mean, he built 4 gateways in front of my base. It was kind of hard not to scout, honestly. But, I mean, I guess, you know, same thing, same result happened. We didn't have to get Overlord speed. This game, I think I will make it because I have skipped Lings entirely. I still believe... Actually, should I go for Ling speed first? I'm not quite sure if I need Ling... Okay, this is where it gets a little tricky, because if I make Ling speed, I'm going to be safer against the follow-up of a couple of depths. But realistically, my opponent should, I'm going to say should carefully, should always retreat at the time when Zergling speed finishes. But sometimes your opponents, they can make mistakes, right? That's why sometimes, especially the lower MMR you are, the more careful you want to be with countering timings, because he might just play on instinct and have no idea when Zergling speed is going to finish and shade in 3 adepts anyway, and then I don't have Zergling speed, and that's a problem. That could very likely be the case. Let's see, I'm going to pull this one away, just not in time. I might get the adept if I micro this very well. It's not going to be easy. I think we're going to get it. Please kill it. Yes, there you go. Okay, that's very nice. Then I can take this one, and then I can make Zergling speed, Overlord speed just finish, so we'll be able to get a scout. And then I will know what I'm going to make next. Either going to be queens or drones. I think queens would always be kind of nice, but it's also a little bit too safe. Okay, so he's going to go for Stargate. That is the most normal build. That means that I can pretty safely just make a bunch of drones. I just need to make sure my queens are in position in the mineral lines, and then we should be pretty safe. Now, there's a lot of follow-up scouting that we have to do, right? Because I need to know... Oh, that's going to be an easy probe kill. I need to know if he's going to go for like an Archon drop follow-up or Glaives or play normal with a Twilight and a Forge, whatever, right? Like, we need to know that. Oh, it was actually a Void Ray. I guess I wasn't looking correctly. I think my brain just assumed it was going to be an Oracle because that's usually what it is, and I didn't actually check, so that is my bad. I do have 3 queens in position already. I do need to make sure my creep gets to the next base in time. Guess now I won't make any additional queens. I will just make sure that I get enough drones so I don't get owned in the late game. Now, a Void Ray is not usually that scary. You just need to make sure I don't have too many Overlords on the map. This one was already away. He's just taking his 3rd very calmly. He does have an extra couple gases coming up already. That kind of makes it sound like it's, or seem like it's not going to be a fast Glaives attack or charge attack. Let's see. So he is making a Twilight Council and a Forge, right? Yeah, this actually looks extremely standard. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for my double upgrades. I'm going to make a Spore over here and a Spore over there. And a Spore over here. This one probably cancelled. I heard the sound of the drone being awkward, so I imagine that means that it was cancelled. And now I should be able to go up to like 60 drones already. Now this is where it gets a little scary because my Zerg, or lack of Zerg knowledge, I should say, might get in the way a little bit, right? Like, I could make queens here, but I actually just prefer to make a million drones instead. Let's see if I can get some drones. Might be able to Can I get this battery? Probably not, right? Void Rays. Void Rays are not... Oh, I can. Well, definitely if he's not going to attack him. I think I could have killed... Oh, he's making more Void Rays. Huh. Okay. That is not what I was expecting, really. More Void Rays. I guess I could make another couple queens. Huh. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do against this? This is a little scary for sure. Mass Void Ray wasn't exactly on the list of things I was expecting. And that might also be... It kind of interferes with the idea that I had before that we should get only enough infestors to neural the units that are the most important. Because if he's going to go for like Skytals, like if he's going to fake these and go for Skytals instead, I don't think he is, but double Void Ray really is pretty unusual. Then I will need to get a lot of infestors and neurals up. I guess most importantly is that I just get a lot of queens, honestly. He's going to try to kill that, which I really don't appreciate. He might even get it, actually. I like how he's targeting the queens because those things don't really do a lot of damage against queens. He's going to lose one Void Ray, I think, pretty fast. Do I have a transfuse? I don't have a transfuse for that. That's a little painful. I mean, the truth is, guys, this build he's doing is incredibly inefficient, so I'm still not entirely convinced that I feel so bad about this, to be honest. Like, I could just make a lot of drones and I don't really have to worry about much. He could try to go for some kind of an adept timing still. So I just need to make sure that I'm paying attention more than anything else. I do need to make sure I keep spreading creep as well. Let's see. Oh, no. Oh, he's making mass zealots. Yeah, God, these builds are so difficult that we're playing against. A mass zealot attack. Zealot Archon again? No. Why? I don't want to play against Zealot Archon. Like, this is even worse because now he's not even going to waste money on the Immortals that he doesn't really need. He's actually straight up going to go for a mass Zealot Archon, which is incredibly difficult to defend with mass Zerglings. I think this is looking like another very tough game for us, guys. I can't really put it any other way. Like, this is incredibly scary. Now, if he lets me get my third base up, that'd be very nice. He also has a blind cannon. These guys kind of got my number today, I think, guys. Now, I don't want to get, like, you know, all emo before the game is actually over, of course. But this is not the best build we could have played against. That is for sure. And the thing is, the Void Rays, even though they are not really that great of a build typically, I guess they are going to be very good against the Ling drops, right? So that is also a bit unpleasant. And let's see, I have a lot of queens at the front. I'm just making sure that I make a lot of queens, because that's going to be the best thing that I can do. He might try to cancel this fourth. Actually, if he's not paying attention... Oh, this could be good. If he's not paying attention, because of his fourth base being under attack, we might get one. We're going to get both Void Rays. That's really nice. And we cancel the fourth base. Okay, that is perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a couple of Infestors so I can neural the Archons that he might try to build, right? Let's at least try to stay on track with what our idea was. Let's see if I can get like a little run by into the natural. What sucks is that my drone count is going to be very low because I'm spending so much money on... And so many drones as well on making freaking... Oh, might be able to get in. Barely not, looks like. On making spine crawlers, right? So my economy is actually not going to be that great, sadly. Let's see, I do have a lot of Lings. Guess I'll make a couple more Infestors over here. I mean, these queens are going to be more valuable than the Infestors are going to be, probably. Like, these queens really are going to carry my butt here. I'm going to make even more queens on the defense. Just like Lings are realistically not going to be that great here, right? Against, like, all the freaking Zealots and Archons and stuff. So, did I get Burrow yet? I didn't start it yet. Yeah, this guy's just playing super, super careful. Like, kind of, like, cheesy careful, even. He's playing... Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness. Guys, this is a huge catch. Look at this. I'm gonna get all the Templars. Wait, did he? No, he did have Storm, but he just wasn't paying attention there. That is massive. I'm gonna be able to get a Fungal on these. I do need a Neural on the Archons, of course. So I just killed 4 High Templars and an Immortal. That is an absolutely massive start to this, and we can be extremely happy. And that is maybe even an understatement. Like, that is just absolutely beautiful. That is a life-saving amount of damage that we did. He's still just making a lot of cannons and stuff, which is really quite strange, I have to say. Like, I feel like he's playing like he wants to all-in me, or at least it's like a semi-all-in kind of thing, right? But then he also has a million cannons behind it. Now, at this point, I think we should be going for a really big drop. I have 4 Infestors, which should be enough for the Archons more than anything else. Let's see if I can get a nice Fungal on those. Actually, this does look like a pretty nice fight here. Should be pretty good with the queens as well. There we go. These queens are not really gonna die at all to these, I think. Barely need to pay attention to them. These are my defensive rocks, guys. These are the ones that are gonna make it happen for me. So at this point, I have 7 Infestors. Definitely feels a lot better than last game, right? I feel like we were in an even tougher position, but it does feel a little better than last game. What do I need to make now? I guess I'll make some more drones. I could use some better upgrades as well. I guess I would have to go for an infestation pit at some point. Now, these are going to be my big attack into the main base. Yeah, the scary thing is that I still need to get some kind of damage done. Like, it's not like this is the best late game composition ever, right? So, let's see. I'm going to drop the links in the main base. I don't have the best upgrades. I guess we will go for... Where's the... here's the lair. I will go for the hive now. Let's see. Okay, so he has a lot of storms. I guess I could theoretically... do I have burrow yet? I think I don't have burrow yet. Right now, I don't. Do I want to move across the map with infestors without burrow? That sounds absolutely terrifying, honestly. I guess we'll see. The thing is, he's going for carries as well. I think, honestly, guys, this guy has been the hardest counter ever. And I don't mean that he countered us because he scouted us. It really feels like just how he plays is just countering us super, super hard. I guess maybe with a lot of burrowed infestors, we can still get a lot done here. And I'm going to try to attack this. Let's make sure I actually get the battery as well. I do have the infestors chilling in the back. These cannons should be... Please target a battery, like I told you to do. Yeah, these are gonna fall, but they're not gonna fall fast enough, sadly. We're gonna start a lot more infestors now. I gotta grab all the gases and stuff. Yo, the links in the main actually did kind of pop off, so that is quite nice. He has some storms over here, I believe, so I have to be very careful. I'm gonna try go in here again. He might actually not expect this move, because I just came from here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to kill the cannon, and then these maybe can kill a bunch of pros. He's not paying attention, so it does... Okay, we are gonna get a lot of pros here, guys. That was really nice. We cleared up his entire mineral line. I mean, we're definitely making stuff work. Now, at this point, I'm gonna have to start adding spore crawlers instead of spines. I am gonna have to sacrifice a lot of workers for that, of course. But I mean, as long as I stay on the defense very well with my infestors and my entire enormous army of queens, there might be something we can do still. Now, I think our hive finished, so I'm going to go for adrenal glands, because adrenal glands is absolutely broken. Let's be honest. One of the best abilities in the game, for sure. Now, he does have this base. I have to imagine that we can't really kill this base, but no, we definitely can't kill that, unfortunately. Let's see. Okay, so I have the burrowed fungals over here. Or not even the fungals, the neurals more likely. Okay, we're going to be able to kill all of these again, I think, if we're fast enough. I don't have adrenal yet. Adrenal would be freaking massive over here. Sadly, adrenal is not going to happen. His army doesn't look that scary, I have to admit, guys. It really doesn't look that scary. And we're going to be able... Wait, can I neural those? I'm actually... Dude, I got his freaking Templars. Look at this. I'm actually going to neural himself. I'm going to spend all the storms. The queens are going to be able to do a massive amount of work here. And now we need to make sure that the carriers actually kill each other. There we go. The queens are going to get on top of the carriers. The carriers are going to die to this. Probably target that warpers as well in case there's something inside. And we have killed his entire army. There we go. Did we lose a lot? I don't actually think so. And this could be a very good time for us. Oh, it sucks that he still has that one carry. Did we lose a lot of infestors? We didn't, actually. Surprisingly enough. Okay, so now we know there's an observer over there because that carrier was shooting my infestors. He's still just making a lot of zealots. Like, this game is maybe the thing we can be the most proud of so far of, like, all the games we've played in a while. Because this guy, I really mean it. He's countering us so freaking hard. And we're putting up a fantastic fight here. Like, we really are. The defense with the queens is really nice. Obviously, I've gotten a lot better at that over time in this challenge. Now, I do have adrenal at this point, at least I believe. Oh, it actually just finished as I said it. So these links are going to be way more efficient at killing stuff now, which is really nice. Actually, maybe I can just get the pylons here, to be honest. That could be even more efficient. Let's see if I can. This pylon's going to die before the warping finishes, and there we go. I'm going to get into the mineral line, so a lot of these are going to die as well. And maybe I'll just burrow these zerglings to buy a little bit of time. It looks like he has an observer with his army. Not necessarily the biggest deal. I'm going to try to spread some more creep in the meantime. But those links are very, very efficient for sure. Now I'm going to move my drones over here. I can only expand very slowly, sadly, so it is kind of hard to get a decent economy up here. Like, my opponents had a better economy than me for most of this. Look how good these zerglings are, by the way. Did you guys think I was going to break this? Let's be honest, you guys did it, right? I actually killed every single freaking piece of static defense there. These Zerglings are so good, and I don't even have 3-3 yet. I'm going to go up to 3-3 now. I just really hope he doesn't attack this base on the left side. If he attacks this base, I think we might actually be screwed. So I'm going to move my stuff over here. I do have a lot of infestors now, so that is quite nice. Let's see. I guess I'll hotkey the infestors on Q and the queens on 2. I feel like that would be a pretty good idea. Now, I have enough larvae for now. I might actually have to do a couple more injects now. Okay, let's see. Wait, is that base misplaced? No, it's not. Looks okay, right? Let's see. I have 77 workers, which is really not bad. Let's get a couple more transferred over here. And then I have my queens in a pretty decent spot. Let's make sure to hotkey this hatchery, because I didn't hotkey it before. Now, if he keeps attacking me, we might actually be able to do stuff here. I'm going to kill all these cannons again, I think. Oh, actually, it sucked that a couple of them finished before, and I was just on A move there, so a couple of these cannons didn't get attacked right away. We're going to kill a lot of static defense again, and then I'm going to back off. It's actually very interesting that our opponent hasn't maxed out yet, right? Like, that is actually quite interesting. Wait, our Zergling is really good enough to do this? No, right? No, okay. At least they're... I mean, I shouldn't be happy, but, like... Zerglings are pretty crazy, guys. They really are pretty crazy. Okay, now maybe... Actually, I saw a comment earlier in one of my older videos, it was pretty recent, of course, but still. Someone saying that I can't attack with the queens, but if I just spread creep in front of my base, I can't defend my creep. So I guess, you know, he does have a point there. Let's see, I'm going to target his battery as well. Make sure I target every single one of those pylons. And there we go. This base is going to fall pretty fast as well. Make sure I kill the probes here too, of course. Dude, these Zerglings are such enormous MVPs, by the way. Like, these Zerglings are actually just crazy strong. It is insane how good they are. I'm going to burrow a couple of Lings over here just so they're a little bit close. I need to make sure that I keep my queens close. I could make a couple more queens at this point, actually. Wouldn't be the craziest idea. And I'm going to send some Lings, maybe in this base as well. That could be a nice place to attack. It seems like my opponent has completely given up on attacking for a long time now. I guess at some point I will have to do something about it as well. Let's see, what is that? Oh, it's just a bunch of zealots. So I guess I can kill these pylons really fast. Here we go. Then I can unburrow these, see if I can get in here. That'd be nice. These are all going to die as well. That pylon dies. Now I'm going to be able to kill more probes. Dude, these Zerglings have been actual, like, beyond MVPs. Like, the Zerglings have done absolutely everything in this game. Like, I know the Infestors were good at defending, but the amount of work that these Zerglings have done, isn't it just freaking absurd? I know I keep saying it, but holy crap. This is crazy. Now, I think my next plan might actually be to defend my creep. Defending my creep sounds like a good idea. I'm going to make a bunch of overshares, mostly so I can... Neural the Observer. I feel like that has been a pretty nice play here. Let's see. His army is pretty much exclusively Carrier Zealot. I haven't even seen anything else. Now, I'm just defending my creep here, guys. Don't worry about it. Nothing sus going on here at all, of course. Now, I have almost 40 Infestors, which is pretty crazy. Now, I guess these queens are going to be doing a decent job here against the carriers. Let's see. I'm going to attack that. I don't want to fight against the Zealots, though. I feel like fighting against the Zealots would be a little tougher. Just to make sure I back off. Let's see. I do have a pretty decent army size here. I can't get on top of the units very easily, though. I'm just going to neural the observers. Do I get both of the observers? I didn't get them both yet. Oh, now I got both of the observers, and there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to target all these carriers one by one. Look at this. Oh, my goodness, guys. I actually have enough to do this. I'm going to kill all of the carriers, I believe, as long as I keep neuraling them in time. Okay, let's see. I do need to get them all. Here we go. I'm going to target that one, and then I'll start targeting each other with these. I can attack with the queens as well. And this is once again an absolutely fantastic fight for us. And once again, guys, this is not, you know, the easiest thing ever to play against. Like, in fact, this should be a really, really hard thing. And we're still getting it done. Look at this. The queens are getting in now. Going to start targeting these carriers one by one. These carriers are going to fall, including the last one. And now I should be able to push into this base with, yeah, pretty much whatever army I have. Like, I'm not going to have that much. Oh, wait. He has Archons. I'll take these. I'll take the Archons if you want. If you insist, sir. I will take them. There we go. Let me make sure to target that. I do think I want to start killing the Archons here. If I keep the Archons alive, then they're definitely going to be good against the Zerglings. Just going to neural them one more time. That carrier should probably fall to these queens. This Archon is going to fall as well. There we go. And then I'm going to neural the carriers one more time if I can. I am going to get the carrier. Oh my god, dude, the neurals, how good are they? How good are the freaking neurals, guys? This is just brutal. This is actually brutal. This might be our most devastating late game performance yet. Like, holy cow, this is extremely cool. Now, I think at this point the carriers are pretty much dead. So maybe I can go in here with unburrowed. Can I neural these while they're morphing? Actually, I'm there. Oh yeah, you can. Look at that. I can actually neural them when they're morphing. I'm just gonna get in here. I guess I'm just gonna fungal everything. Let me make sure to target that pylon over there. There we go. He is still making more carriers, but he's just like, I have so many infestors. He's just giving me more high value targets to neural more than anything else. Let's see. I don't have my queens here anymore, so I guess I'll kill it with my arc. Can I kill that with my archons? I guess that is gonna take a rather long time, right? I guess I can always try. Here we go. I'm gonna kill those with my archons, and then I'll kill the archons with my zerglings. Let's see, that is gonna die. That one falls, and now I'm gonna kill the archon. Now I have to imagine he has the base on the right side at this point. This has been the most disgusting, efficient, delicious, amazing fight ever. Like, I really loved pretty much all of that, and I was sure that we were in a massive amount of trouble. And now he has this base, but I am already here with my units. He's not gonna be able to save this, I think. I have enough infestors that I'm confident enough to just walk across. No GG is called. And that is freaking art. I'm so happy with this one. Look at the units loss, guys. 25k against 42k. We traded 70k efficiently with just Ling's Infestors. Admittedly, a bunch of Queens as well. Against Storm Archon Skytos. That is so cool. And here you can see, guys, the adaptation from game 1 into this game worked right away. Like, I didn't get the Infestors very fast. I got them later. I had a lot of Lings instead, a lot of Queens. And this was freaking beautiful. Really, one of my proudest games in a very long time. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all for the next video. Adios.